Hello class, today we are going to learn how to solve equations with variables on both sides. So in order to do that, we need to collect the variable terms on one side and the constant terms on the other. And then we follow our steps. We want to split the equation at the equal sign, bring our variables together first by doing the inverse operation, then follow SADMAP. Addition or subtraction first, then division or multiplication, then exponents, and then parentheses. So solving equation with variables on both sides. So we have 15 minus 2x equals negative 7x. I see variables on both sides. I split the equation. I need to bring those variables together first, but I'm going over that line. It's a balance. So the opposite of negative 2x is positive 2x, which you do to one side, you do to the other. So negative 2x and positive 2x cancel out. I'm left with 15 on the left side. Negative 7x plus 2x is negative 5x. Now I'm going to, the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to need to divide by negative 5. Negative 5 divided by negative 5 gives me a positive 1x. That's what I want to be left with. That's my goal. 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. So remember to check your answer. So I'm just going to substitute into the original equation, which is here. 15 minus 2 times negative 3 equals negative 7 times negative 3. So negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. So 15 plus 6, does that equal negative 7 times negative 3? That's 21. 15 plus 6, does 21 equal 21? Yes, it does. Check. Great job. Okay, now we need to use the distributive property. So I'm going to multiply everything in the parentheses with what's on the outside. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. So remember, if you want to pull it out and write it out so you can see it, you can. That's going to equal 6 times 2 is 12. And 6 times negative 0.5 is negative 3x. I see variables on both sides, so I need to bring them together. So I don't like to be left with a negative variable, so I'm going to add 3x to both sides. It doesn't matter which way you decide to do it. So negative 2x plus 3x is 1x plus 10 equals 12. Negative 3x plus 3x cancels out. So now, opposite of plus 10, minus 10, minus 10. So here I'm left with x because positive 10, negative 10 cancel out. 12 minus 10 equals 2. And remember, you could substitute in 2 to make sure it checks out. Okay, let's do some practice. I see variables on both sides. I split the equation at the equal sign. I must bring over the 1m. You could put 1 there. So minus 1m, minus 1m. So 1m minus 1m cancels out, so I'm left with negative 4. 2m minus 1m is just 1m, or m. So negative 4 equals m. Remember, you could substitute in to make sure you get the same answer on both sides. So negative 4 minus 4, does that equal 2 times negative 4? Well, negative 4 minus 4 is negative 8. And 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Check. Number 2, split the equation at the equal sign. I see variables on both sides. I'm going to do opposite of positive 3k, which is minus 3k. So I'm left with negative 1 equals 7k minus 3k is 4k plus 2. And now I have a two-step equation. So I have to do minus 2 on both sides first. Negative 1 minus 2. Signs are the same. I add them, keep the negative. So it's negative 3 equals 4k. How do I get k by itself? I need to divide by 4. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So k is 4 divided by 4 is 1. K, which is what I want to be left with, equals negative 3/4. Great job. Okay, let's try a real world application. So the volume of red blood cells in a blood sample is equal to the total volume of the sample minus the volume of plasma. What is the total volume X of blood drawn? So the volume of red blood cells is equal to the total volume of the sample minus the volume of the plasma. So I see the red blood cells 45%. Let's just change that to a decimal. So 0.45, let's give that an X. And we said it's going to be equal to the volume of the sample, which we don't know, minus the volume of the plasma, which is right here, 5.5 milliliters. Okay, so now I see variables on both sides. I just need to solve. So remember, I could put a 1 here. So minus 1x minus, I'm going to put 1.00x. So 1.00 minus 0.45. So it's 0.55. So this is negative 0.55x equals negative 5 5/10. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I need to get x by itself. So I'm going to divide by negative 55 hundredths. What you do on one side, you do to the other. Okay, so we know that's going to be left with just x. So I know 5 5/10 divided by 55 hundredths are both negative, so I know my answer is going to be positive. The top number drops inside. I need to move my decimal 2 times to the right, 2 times to the right. 55, can't go into 5. 55 going to 55 one time. But we have a 0 here, so we have to add a 0. So x equals 10 would be your answer. X equals, why is it not written there? X equals 10. So it'd be 10 milliliters is the total volume of blood drawn. Great job. I hope this video helped you understand solving equations with variables on both sides. Have a great day.